The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys! This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your hosts, Barry Church, Danny McCray, Heckma Harrison, and Newy Scruggs.
Players Lounge, post-draft, let's ride.
Yeah, let's ride.
From the Star in Frisco, Barry Church back.
Yes,
so good to
yes.
see you. Heckma Harrison is here. Danny McCray is here. I'm Newy Scruggs. Nice hat. They think they just lost 3 games here in Arlington, but
They did.
They did. Man from Pittsburgh wearing a Yankees hat. Okay.
It's a fashion statement.
It is.
It's got nothing to do.
Man.
Bro, is that that's the only team with a black hat?
The Rangers just made a black hat. Team just made a black hat.
Man, hit your boy Dak up, man. He got the upside down.
I'm gonna hit him up, man. I'm gonna hit him up.
Bro, I'm telling you, if you want anything in town, Dak got it.
Yeah, this is
I
facts.
mean, when they rolled out the Rangers uniform, did you see the video?
Nah.
Dak is sitting at his locker. He opened up the box.
So he's the Shaq of
Got it all.
Man.
Got it all. He was at the Stars game. Everybody else got on Stars jersey, but Dak had the one that they wore during the when they played outside. That Winter Classic. He had the Winter Classic one. Yeah, man. Dak got all the stuff, man.
Prince of the city, man.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
By the way, when they were at the Stars game with the suite, you know who I saw there in the background as Ferguson and hit a shot where we were chugging beers? Jalen Tolbert. And I was like, this is good. I want to see, wherever Dak is, I want to see Jalen Tolbert, man.
Man, what's today, Monday? This is, you gonna come in here like that?
Was he waving it? Was he waving?
No,
he wasn't
he
waving?
was clapping for him.
Oh, he was
But,
clapping.
but I'm just telling you, where Dak is, don't you want to see? To me, that's a good sign. Because now Jalen Tolbert is starting to see and understand, I need to be connected to 4. I need to be next to this guy. That's what I took it as.
We need to be next to a fossil. That's what we need to be next to. We need to be over there with
Fossil wasn't
fossil.
in the game.
And that's who's gonna get you on the field.
Exactly.
They picked up Cooks. Gallup supposed to
Yeah.
be healthy. You got CD Lamb. He talking about gonna hang out with Dak.
He needs to be a fossil. Man. Working on that relief. You know?
Different rip.
Hey, but nobody's happy to Jalen Tolbert when he watched that draft and realized they didn't take a wide receiver.
Ooh, I know he was sweat. I've been there.
Ooh.
I've been there. You look at that draft board. Okay.
Yeah, we good.
All right, we good.
He gonna have to beat me out.
I'll never forget 2012. Me and Sensabaugh sitting there watching the draft, and all we heard was what was the kid from Alabama, the safety? Was it Alex Barron? Back in the day, he was supposed to come out next round. Oh man, we need Alex Barron. Yeah. Me and Sensabaugh sitting there.
It's Mark Barron.
That's Mark Barron. That's what it is. We sitting there. Please don't let this guy go. Please don't. And I think they ended up getting Claiborne. So we was in there, we was like, hey, shit. And we called Scandrick. Yeah, I ain't man.
Didn't happen to me.
Y'all sleep too, because he went and got him another extension after that.
did.
He said, hello, y'all picked up who?
Called him ASAP.
I need more money right now.
Damn, it's a cold world, boy.
Cold world.
That is interesting. Going at the other players on the team, especially when you hear all the talk, like you're saying. You hear all the talk, and then they have a player mocked here, player mocked there. So interesting stuff. The Cowboys get done with the draft. I just want to go around the room. Tell me your favorite draft pick, Church.
You gonna start with me? All right, can I get a 1A and 1B situation?
Man.
I'm just saying.
Make a decision.
All right, one. I'm gonna go with the guy that was our first round pick, the defensive tackle
Mazi Smith.
Mazi Smith. All right, I feel like we all talked about it here in the Players Lounge, how we need somebody in there that can clog those lanes. We knew what the weakness for this Dallas Cowboys defense was all last year. It was the running game straight up the gut. And we just didn't have anybody over there that can kind of clog those lanes. It's not like about pass rush. It's about clogging lanes and keeping those offensive linemen off your second-level defenders, which was, LVE and Clark. Let them run sideline to sideline. So from all I hear about Smith and all I read about him, he fits that bill. All right, he's a big, strong guy. He's been in the weight room. He can clog holes. He has some pass rush ability, but that's not really, what we want. We want a guy that can clog things up, keep these offensive linemen off the second level, and I feel like he fits the bill and checks every mark. If he could become a 3-down lineman, that's great, but we need him for that first and second down to clog that thing up, so I'm glad we went that route for the defensive line because it was much needed.
Are you going with me? All right. Well, look, man, I'm gonna pull at your heartstring, man, and go Emo. with my Kansas State fella. Man. Come on, man, Deuce Vaughn. I thought, first of all, if you saw the draft, you followed the draft, that was a special moment to see the scout Chris Vaughn draft his son. You know, put that. I just thought that was a special moment for us.
He didn't ask you about your most emotional.
Your heartstrings.
Hey, we talking about effect on the
Hold on, man. Give me a second.
All right. Give me a second. He ready, all right.
You talk about bring your evil down a notch. All right?
Because I'm about to set you off in a minute because I know you're watching the other team. Okay, all right.
Hey, bring your evil down. Okay? All I'm saying is, man, that was a special moment. Everybody knew that the Cowboys needed to make a move at a running back at some point. I don't think that the prototypical guy that you were looking for in Zeke's absence. We definitely were looking at a bigger guy. But Deuce Vaughn still is a guy that's going to be, you know, likened and tied to Darren Sproles because of the Kansas State ties. But, you know, being his height, his stature, the guy's a playmaker. And I really can't wait to see how they fit him into this and how, I mean, he fits into that rotation. He has an uphill battle, obviously, with Rojo and Leak Davis, all the guys that are on this roster. But, man, I think that was one of those picks that I think for me, man, again, Kansas State brethren, I like the pick.
Hey, don't make fun of me about LSU ever again. You know, the way this man just picked. Now, listen. I thought it was an amazing moment. I almost brought a tear to my eye, okay? But like you said, uphill battle. So when we talking about me, when I'm thinking about impactful. For sure. In the spirit of not picking the same person as Barry because I would have, I'm going with my guy, Luke Schoonmaker.
You talking about a tight end?
Yes.
You talking about a tight end?
Yes. But no. Like I said, I don't want to pick the same guy as Barry.
It's okay to pick the same guy.
No. So you know, I am the one who stands on the table and pounds the table for Dan Quinn. So I'm glad he got his 3 technique. I'm happy about that. But in the spirit of knowing that this may be a real huge sign that this will be a running team for sure. Yeah. Because what did you go get? You ain't got you a guy from Michigan who was blocking. But he still has the ability to get out there and then catch some passes and find ways to get open, have some speed. But his main thing is, hey, man, he's going to get out there and he's going to point of attack guy so you can run behind him if you need to. Okay. And that lets me know that, hey, Mike McCarthy wasn't just messing with us when he said, hey, man, we want to run the ball and play to our defense because that's the strength of our team. We are going to put something behind it. Let's go get us a tight end who can block because what was the knock on Dalton Schultz?
You couldn't block.
Not a run blocker. Now you got a guy who can get out there in space and connect it to the core of the offense and get out there and block some guys. So I'm going there, but you stole my number one. But that's just a sign for me. We're gonna run the ball. We're gonna play defense, and that's what I think we need to do to win.
No, I think that's a crowded tight end room, and he has an uphill battle too, even though he's the number 2 pick. So Hendershot got something to say.
He can say all you want to. That's a second round pick.
Either way.
Who's getting most opportunities to get out there and do it?
I get it. You
trying to shoot slugs at me because the Von?
Of course I am. Pew pew. You heard it.
Come on.
By the way, when Heckman says EMA, that stands for every man a wildcat.
I had no idea.
I thought it was emotional. That's what I thought. My brother went to Kansas State.
Okay, well, show some love then.
So I know what it is. He talked a lot of mess, and he was so happy when Kansas State beat LSU that year, and we had nobody playing on the squad. So shout out to y'all, man, because I know y'all the type of people. Emo. Manhattan.
Hey, and Danny, don't talk about second-round draft picks having to play. Let's be honest with you, bro. Come on.
No. I say he's gonna get more opportunity. Shout out to D-Law. Shout out to D-Law. He out there. How much you got paid? Second round? All right.
I'm not talking about him.
No. I'm just talking about second round.
That went to LSU.
Who?
Oh.
Emotional damage.
I'm going with Mazi Smith, and we talked about it on this show consistently. They can't sit around here, be a championship team if you can't stop the run. It just doesn't happen. The Cowboys have won 5 world championships, and you look at the 5 championships, you talk about a guy like Bob Lilly in the middle, you talk about Randy White. I mean, they've had guys who can play and stop the run. Mazi Smith does that. The problem in listening to people, as I'm hearing them on talk shows and watching Twitter, they don't get what Mazi does. No, he's not Aaron Donald. He's not Warren Sapp. But ask yourself, who was playing next to Warren Sapp? It was Booger McFarland. Think like that. Booker McFarland. Think Haloti Nada up there in Baltimore, helping Ray Lewis get to the ball.
Right.
Tony Saragusa, Sam Adams. Those kind of players that they have. Aaron Donald in L.A. Think Ashawn Robinson, who's playing next to Aaron Donald. A guy that can sit up here and get double teams. I was at that Fiesta Bowl where TCU and Michigan played, and TCU got on them. Michigan clawed their way back. One of the ways they came back was Mazi Smith ended up stripping. I want to say it was Kendrick Miller who he stripped him in the game, and Kendrick ended up getting hurt too. But he helped turn that game around. Steve Avila, who a lot of people liked here in the building, the guard at TCU, he got drafted high too. He said Mazi was his toughest guy he had played all year, and I just think of this player as it's not quote-unquote sexy. You don't have any fantasy football numbers on him, but this is a guy who can make everybody else's job easier, and I love the fact that they went there.
Yeah, I mean, from everything I heard, they say he's kind of like an immovable object. Like, he can just take double teams, but he's not going to give ground. He might not push it back, but he's not going to give ground. And that's what you need when you got linebackers with speed like we have. And I like that third-round pick as well. I believe his last name was Overshawn.
Overshawn.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah,
Overshawn?
kid from East Texas.
That guy, I think he has some potential to be kind of a stud out there. I don't think it's going to show right from the jump. I think he's going to have to work his way through. I think he can be a great special teams player, but with the speed and the tape that they have on him, I think he can be a special player in this league.
A guy that came out initially as a safety and then bumped down to linebacker. He has coverage skills. I just like the way he is downhill. And there's the rumor that said they want to use him more as an edge guy also. So very interesting to see the way that they use him. They have a plan for him, but also special teams being the other part of how he's going to be used.
Talked to a Texas coach down there and tried to give me a little bit on him, and he said smart, can cover running backs and tight ends, and is a really good pass rusher off the edge and inside. So
that'll be huge. That'll be huge.
And this is one where you go back into Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn says, all right, give me this guy. I've got a plan for him. I always go back to the plan he had for Micah Parsons. All right, go ahead. Just puts more emphasis. You can never let Dan Quinn get out this building.
Man,
You get that man
he ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, get a man a lifetime contract or something like that.
Y'all gonna keep letting offensive line coaches get up out of here the way they go. Goodness gracious. I said, not yet, huh?
That was the one disappointing thing. That was the one disappointing thing.
Oh, you talking about we're going to wait till compensatory fifth.
So you saying Marcus Spears and Tyron Smith had a good party?
Tired over the year. When it got to the fourth, he's like,
Bro,
we straight.
When orders Wingstop chilled out?
Yeah, that was it. That was
good.
We good now. Which was surprising.
Yeah,
Listen, surprising.
What do I know?
Yeah, right.
What do I know?
They went out there got a Tar Heel for you. They went out got
I ain't say they didn't draft nobody. I'm just we talking about priority.
Seam Richards in the 5th round.
You talking about priority? That was a compensatory pick too. So
Austin Richards did a little video saying Cowboy Nation, he kept ready to work.
Listen. I'm sure he's
said good luck to him.
He's gonna get a shot.
And Josh Ball is moving to guard.
Yeah,
Crickets, okay, good deal. Crickets, all right.
Tell you what,
Josh Ball.
Shout out to Josh Ball, man.
Brother, I be watching, I be checking tape on him, going on his Twitter, looking at him because they sat up there and said, hey, played tackle and playing with some guard, position flex. So, yeah, I mean, you guys, Danny and Barry, you played in this league. You know this. If you're Josh Ball, this is
it.
This is competition for you. And I specifically asked Mike McCarthy at that pre-press draft, the press conference about Ball and about Matt Waletzko.
You sure did. That was a good question, man.
And once again, I learned from Jason Garrett. Listen to what they don't say. Talk nice about Waletzko. What do you like? Josh Ball, hey, we're going to move him inside. We're going to play some guard. I hadn't heard anything about guard from Ball all year. Next thing, guard tackle, like, ooh. Okay, we trying to figure it out.
At least they still giving them a shot.
Yeah,
they ain't just say like, hey man, this is where you gonna be at, and if it don't work out for you, it don't work out. They like, listen, we gonna give you every opportunity to make this squad.
And there you go. So you go into camp, you half stepping, maybe you're ready. But now that they drafted Austin Richards from North Carolina, there's one more cat in the room.
I laughed at Nick Eatman, man. He made the statement that Josh Ball is 6'8". It's gonna be impossible to complete that slant route. And he moves it in the guard.
We're all in the window.
He gonna get in the back of the head.
Man.
You know what, Josh?
That's gonna last for about a series.
Shout out to Josh Ball. Listen. Hey, listen, we are rooting for you, bro. I don't want to. We're going to out here and beat up Josh Ball. We rooting for you, bro.
We're gonna take a break right now.
Hope you do well.
We're gonna take a break. Right now.
I hope you do well.
Take a break on the Players Lounge, brought to you by Tostitos, right here on Dallas Cowboys.
Take a D.
We're gonna catch y'all walking down the hallway. Laughing.
With Smoothie King's original Angel Food and new Angel Food Slim without added sugar, you no longer have to choose between treating yourself and hitting your goals this summer. You don't have to choose between great taste and feeling great. Because at Smoothie King, every blend is made with whole fruits and no syrups, so you can satisfy your cravings without compromise. The only choice you will need to make is which one is best for you. Try our classic Angel Food or the new Angel Food Slim, blended without added sugar. Smoothie King, rule the day.
Attention Cowboys fans looking for the best shave of your life. There's a new official razor of the Dallas Cowboys, Shave Logic. Imagine not having to buy blades as often and getting more smooth shaves than your old razor, guaranteed or your money back. After more than 10 years of research and over 150 company patents, ShaveLogic is proud to offer Cowboys fans a special offer. For a limited time, visit ShaveLogic.com and get a free $10 gift card with your purchase. Go to ShaveLogic.com now for more smooth shaves guaranteed.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. You hear that? I'm a torrential downpour. Torrential? What's that even mean? It means you can't see out of your windshield. And if you have the wrong car insurance, you might have to make it rain to fix your bumper. So switch to Allstate, save money, and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Based on coverage and limits selected. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
Back to the Players Lounge.
The 10th annual Reliant Home Run Derby is back at Riders Field in Frisco on May 3rd at 6 p.m. Come see your favorite Dallas Cowboy players swing for the fences to raise money for the Salvation Army. Admission and parking are free. Visit cowboys.com/ReliantHRD to learn more. See you there.
Y'all know who was the home run, derby champion, right?
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I'm just throwing it out there, man.
Can I throw something out there, man?
What's happening?
Your boy gonna MC the thing, man.
Oh, what?
Oh, yeah.
You gonna be on the 1 and 2 or something?
I
might have to show up, man.
It's going down for the 10th annual.
You should play. You be a special alumni player. Defend your crown.
Hey, I was a beast, too. I cranked 18 of them things out there.
Wow. They must have been underhands here.
Softball.
Softball. What they said at cork bat? Is that what how you put that thing on the top? You brought your own bat.
Wood bat?
It was a wooden bat, yeah. Wood bat. Cranking them things.
Hey, mad props to you, man, because that wood bat, no joke.
Not at all.
That
you hit it wrong. That wrist.
Well, you hit it wrong. Yeah, I remember one time hitting his minor league park, the Lancaster Jethawks. They had us hit, man, with that wooden bat, man. I hit that thing wrong. I thought somebody shots. I'm like, ah!
All in the nerves.
Yeah, man. It's a skill. It's a skill.
Clip that, Chris.
Skill, man. I'm like,
yo.
This is live.
Let's go.
Man. Shout out to you.
Man. Man, props to people who do it professionally in sports. All that stuff you think is hitting a golf ball, hitting a baseball. Get on out there and do it. Just trip, man. All right, Players Lounge brought to you by Tostitos. Heckman Harrison, Barry Church there. Danny McCrae's here.
Where's Barry Church at?
He's everywhere.
Crazy. You've been smooth for almost a year, though.
Hey, man. Got me. Barry, go to the knife though, man. Me and you, we're
gonna slide to the knife.
Yeah, we're gonna get something to eat after this.
I want that BLT.
Okay, look, Cowboy Twitter full of displeasure. Okay, looking at the Eagles with jealous eyes. Somebody want a Georgia Bulldog with the Cowboys here because the Eagles went out and got 2 more, 3 more. What pick did you say? I don't know. Obviously, you're going to give Will McClay and you're going to give the draft department some credit because the last, 10 years, they've been one of the best in terms of first-round picks and producing Pro Bowlers, tied with San Francisco with 9 in terms of all-pro players. But give me the pick you said, I don't know.
I'm going to have to go with my guy Shoemaker out there. Am I pronouncing that right? I feel like I'm not pronouncing that right.
Shoemaker.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate that. But to me, I feel like, you got 2 young tight end prospects here in the building that we've seen last year can make some plays for you. To go and get one in the second round, I feel like you could have gotten him later on. Maybe in the 3rd, maybe in the 4th. I feel like you could have gotten him. I would have rather seen that pick on someone in the interior offensive line, whether it's guard, center, and maybe they didn't have any guards or centers that high on their draft board, and this was the guy that was high enough, and that's why they went and grabbed him. But to me, I feel like you could have gotten him later on. To me, once again, he's not one of those dynamic tight ends. Like, he's not one of them all-purpose, everything, block, catch. He's dynamic. You can split him out, and maybe he'll develop into that. But to me, as of right now, I think that was a little bit of a reach.
Can I ask you, in the league right now, who is that?
Who's that all around?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, of course, you got the Kittles of the world. You got the Kelseys of the world. You got the Njokus of the world.
Kelsey blocking?
Kelsey blocking.
3rd rounder. George Kittle, 5th rounder.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I feel like you can get those guys later on.
I'm just saying. In their minds, he was one of the top 4 guys. I was told.
He played some ball.
Look, I'm not down on School.
Oh, he played some ball.
I'm not down on the player.
And listen, and I've been on here giving Lunda Wells, the tight ends coach, a lot of love.
That's true.
So what we're seeing from the 2 young guys could possibly not be what he's seeing or they are seeing from the young guys as far as being able to block at the point of attack and making some of those plays. Yeah, we saw him catch some passes, but they obviously felt like they had a problem if you were thinking about paying Dalton Schultz some money last year or even this year and then picking a guy up in the second round. So it must be something that they're seeing or they're saying, hey, man, this guy's potential is much higher than what we have in the room currently. So, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it's a running game. But for me, I think it's more of like, who we didn't pick. Like, what position we didn't pick until the 5th, right? That worries me. It's always going to worry me until we start to revamp this offensive line and not just kind of depend on it being a mix and match. Like, hey, this guy can play swing this and swing that, and he'll be okay if we have an injury at the left tackle, which we already know is likely to happen, and then we have a right tackle who's coming off an ACL injury. And then you got Josh Ball, and you're trying to figure out how do we get some people who really can have an anchor at the guard position, because anytime we played Tampa over the last 2 years and we said Vita Vea was coming, we had an issue, right? And you want to make sure you don't have guys in Dak Prescott's pocket as soon as he snaps the ball when you're trying to do a 5-step drop, and you need to have a little bit more time. So that is what worries me about the draft. Not necessarily a pick, because I have faith and Will McClay and Dan Quinn and the scouting department, because they've been hitting for years. But just the fact that our offensive line has been an issue for the last couple, and we didn't seem to really.
You see what the division has done. You seen what the division has done.
Yeah, man, they went and got heavy on defense. I'm talking about some playmakers. Sorry.
No, it's all good, man. BC, last Monday, I came in here and told everybody, man, I knew I was going to be upset. I already knew it. I mean, the writing was on the wall of what the Philadelphia Eagles were going to do. I didn't know they were going to, spin the block on us.
Man.
And come back at the 30th with Nolan. I didn't know they were going to do it like that. That's nasty. And they really did have a good draft. But all in all, I'm going to agree with you on Shoemaker. I didn't think that he would be a guy that was going to go up that high. And I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that I watched him and specifically said he's one of the guys that we should pinpoint, especially when you had those other names in there. I was shocked that the Cowboys even were rumored to go tight end in the first round. I'm so happy that we didn't, But the guy that we wanted wasn't there anyway for us to even take. But at the same time, the guy that they were saying we're going to take, I'm like, no way. There's no way we're going to do that. So, And I also agree with you, Danny. There's something happening with Ferguson and Hendershot that we obviously don't know, that they think that is a need when you lose Schultz. Look, I'm interested to see. Mike McCarthy is now your offensive coordinator. He comes in with a different philosophy, and his whole thing has been, we're going to play defense and we're going to run the ball. Okay, that sounds good in theory, right? But to what you're saying, man, y'all going to have to throw this ball. And we know the best Dak we have is the Dak that didn't have to deal with a lot of pressure. And so you still haven't revamped. You haven't gone back to at least figuring out who's going to be your left guard. If based off of what we understand, I just – look, they haven't told us anything to say that it's going to be Tyron and Tyler on the left side, Martin and Steele on the right side. So, look, if that's not going to be the starting lineup, then I just want to know what are you thinking on who's going to be your day one starter?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a little shaky, but
it's a little shaky, it's a little rattle.
But he wasn't going to mention it. But I was like, as soon as the trade was made for Swift. I was like, man, if you could go back in time and not pay a guy 10,
yeah,
and know that you could be able to make a move like that, would you do it?
Yeah.
Would you do it?
Yeah.
What would you do? Would you pay TP to 10, Tony Pollard, or would you say, hey man, we got an opportunity to get a guy like a Swift from Detroit, which was the Eagles made that trade during the draft? Which one would you do, Nui?
I would take Tony Pollard because he's a Pro Bowl player. DeAndre Swift has Pro Bowl talent, but he's never made – I don't know if he's ever made the Pro Bowl. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But good player.
Yeah.
Injury history. I won't lie. When I saw what Detroit did in the first round, I thought, well, what would it take to get Swift? Clearly, they decided they didn't want to do it, but man, look, Howie Roseman he's doing things. He's doing things. Let's see what it translates to. I'll say this. Outside of Kansas City, they should be the favorite when people talk about getting back to the Super Bowl. But I also know this from just my NFL history. Hard to get back there.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard to get back. Super Bowl losers have only won the Super Bowl 2 times after losing. Miami, after they lost Super Bowl 6 to the Cowboys, went undefeated, won Super Bowl 7, and then New England a couple years ago after Philly beat them, they came back the next year and they beat Atlanta, I think it was who they beat. So it's hard. It's hard, but they're going to get all the publicity. If you're the Cowboys, good. Let them, for once, let somebody else have all the shine and all the banner. And let them have the whole.
He don't even want to look at the.
Right, so let them have all that. So let's see. You've lost coordinators there in Philadelphia. So let's see. They brought in Matt Patricia, who your corner can't stand.
Oh, man.
So let me see how all this stuff goes here in Philadelphia as they make these adjustments around here. You can assemble talent. How does it play? We'll see.
Jalen Carter is going to be a nightmare scenario for everybody in the NFC East. He was one of the best. Like, take all the question marks out, other than the stuff that they're talking about off the field. On the field, a proven dog, a guy that would have been in the first round last year. So, I mean, I understand. You have to put this talent together, but on paper, this is just on paper. Boy, this looked like Jerome Brown, Reggie White. This looked like that 91 Buddy Ryan. That wasn't Buddy Ryan on that defense, but that looks like that defense.
Buddy was the head coach.
I think
Philadelphia.
When they were number one. Few people talk about that 91 Philadelphia Eagles defense.
I remember all them championships they won too, didn't I?
They did not. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? As dominant, you'd never seen a defense be ranked number one, finish number one in run and also pass. I'm just talking about the line that they had, the dominance that they played with back then. It didn't amount to the championship, but now on the other side, you have an offense that can back up a pretty damn good defense.
Did they upgrade their roster?
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yes.
Offensive, defensive side of the ball,
Sure.
both sides.
I would say so, yeah.
Sure.
You add Swift, man, the defense for us, which is why we have this issue with this offensive line and trying to figure out how we're going to muster the strength and the anger to fight some of these dudes. Because right now you don't know who you have on your offensive line that you can depend on.
Yeah.
Who can you, like, as you're looking at your tackles, who can you depend on right now?
Nah, that's tough.
Your guard.
Only one, Zach.
Zach Martin.
That's it.
So right now, you look, you say, man, I got one for sure. You playing spades? Like you got one for sure?
You don't even call that. You don't even call it.
I got one for sure. You might get Boston.
You got Tyler Smith.
Oh, you play bid with?
Tyler Smith.
Tyler
I'm
Smith.
sorry. Where are you playing at?
Yeah.
But no, you got two.
You got two.
You got two.
Right. You got two.
And that worries me.
You got
Because
two.
now you don't know if the dude going to play left tackle or left guard, depending on what the other guy who's on the outside is.
Say his name.
I'm just,
We all know.
He all know.
Yeah. It ain't nothing. It's okay, man. It's all right. It's all right. But like you said, it's on paper. It's on paper, and you've seen teams, not be able to make it back. But I mean, Cincinnati just.
Okay, so the player you said, I don't know, Schoonmaker. What'd you have?
I'm gonna go same.
Okay.
I did lack of offensive line early.
Okay.
I don't have an issue with any of the players because, like I said, I believe that the guys that they saw are going to produce because they've been hitting. But I would have liked to see, offensive line be more of a priority in the draft.
You were not alone. There are a lot of people who felt that same way you did. Why didn't they do that? The third round pick I thought was interesting, overshown, where I thought maybe that was going to be an offensive lineman. I don't know, haven't been able to dive into and ask the right people, were the guys you liked off the board? Were they gone? Because that was one thing for people about Schoonmaker. They felt like, hey, we got a list. Here's the next guy on our list. And they did not like the Georgia player. Okay? They brought him in for a visit. So
Nolan Smith?
No. The tight end.
Okay, I got you.
Oh, the big guy.
Washington. So,
my bad.
And we think about, yes, they've drafted guys they brought in, but you can also see guys that you bring in and you're like, no, I don't have the feel that I want. So Schoonmaker was a guy that they wanted, and the play caller wanted him.
That's huge.
Especially a little different than last year, right? That was the play caller.
The head coach and play caller.
Play caller wanted round one, wanted the guy. You got to wait. So round two, they've done that before. Remember one time Parcells didn't want Terrence Newman. Didn't want him. So second round, Parcells got to pick his guy. Chris Bean, you remember that? Got to take Al. Was it Al? What was it? Out of Wisconsin. Al's.
Who was McCarthy's tight ends on his best team?
It was Al Johnson.
Al Johnson.
Jermichael Finley.
Was Chamorro
He was cold, too.
Bubba Franks. They took Bubba Franks.
Bubba Franks, yeah.
Big Bubba from Miami.
Big Bubba Franks.
So the tight ends have been a big part of it.
Jermichael Finley was a dog.
And your tight end who can block, which you can put in an H-back, it's a fullback situation. You can put him in different spots. So you talk about that position flexibility. Schoonmaker coming out of Michigan, that's some stuff I could see. Let's get a final break in here. Danny wanted to give us to do grades. So everybody, let's give a grade.
Man, I ain't seen a guy like this just start throwing you. Okay, it's May 1st. I would never send another
May
topic
1st.
again. He would.
It's May 1st.
And I agreed with Danny about giving out draft grades.
So that's what it took. That's what it took. I had to go all up in one. So me and Newey decided.
Yep, it was all on y'all.
Danny brought it up and I seconded the motion, and the motion passed, and we'll talk about it next right here on the Players Lounge, brought to you by Tostitos on DallasCowboys.com.
Thought we was cool. Hi, I'm Danny McCray, Dallas Cowboys alumni player here with Smoothie King. And Smoothie King wants to ask you, what's that sound? That's the sound of you and everyone else absolutely loving new smoothie bowls from Smoothie King. And woo, me too. These smoothie bowls start with acai and pitaya and are handcrafted with fresh toppings like sliced bananas, sweet berries, crunchy Purely Elizabeth granola, and a savory peanut butter drizzle. New smoothie bowls, only at Smoothie King, the official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys.
Want to use the Cowboys locker room's favorite products? Check out the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. Right now, you can get the Jack Black Playmaker, a curated collection of Cowboys locker room favorites for just $10 with free shipping. The Playmaker includes 4 Jack Black skincare favorites, plus a full-sized Intense Therapy lip balm. Go to getjackblack.com/Cowboys and use the code word Cowboys. The Jack Black Playmaker, $10, free shipping.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. Blockchain.com is one of the most trusted ways to buy, sell, and trade crypto. Whether you're always on the go or stay closer to home, Blockchain.com is just a few taps away. Put the power of crypto in your pocket, so no matter where you are, you can trade on your terms and build a crypto portfolio to fit your life. For crypto pros, rookies, and anyone in between, blockchain.com makes it easy to own a piece of the future. Blockchain.com, trusted by millions, trusted by America's team.
No one knows where this market will go. Things could change tomorrow, next week, or next month. At Merrill, we've been here before, and history shows this is the time to stay focused on your future. Because through every market, the bull will always have your back. Find an advisor in North Texas at ml.com/bullish.
Merrill, a Bank of America company. What would you like the power to do?
Investing involves risk. Merrill Lynch, Pierce, Fenner & Smith Incorporated, registered broker-dealer, registered investment advisor. Member SIPC, a wholly owned subsidiary of Bank of America Corp.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Multi-Grammy Award-winning global superstar Ed Sheeran comes to AT&T Stadium this Saturday, May 6th, to kick off his 2023 Mathematics Tour. Sheeran will be accompanied by special guests Khaled and Dylan. Get your tickets today at SeatGeek.com, the official ticketing provider of AT&T.com.
Yes.
All right.
Some Ed Sheeran in there.
AT&T Stadium.
Draft grades. And producer Chris Beam hitting a pretty obvious thing where he talked about a couple years ago when the Chiefs got a draft grade of a C- because at 10 they took Patrick Mahomes, and the analysis said calling Mahomes a project is a major understatement. He's nowhere near ready to play in the NFL, and honestly, he may never be. Between the inconsistent accuracy due to poor mechanics, his tendency to bail from clean pockets, and his lack of field vision, he's going to leave as many big plays on the field as he creates. This was a risky pick.
Insert foot in mouth.
Yeah. And he got one, that particular, had one thing right. He wasn't ready his first year, but Andy Reid knew it. He had Alex Smith. But by the time he played that final game, when they rolled him out there, he balled that last game. He balled, so.
Coaching matters, too.
Thank you.
They let the wrong person get their hands on him.
Yeah.
He might have been in trouble.
They might have been right. They might have been right.
Let the wrong person get in there.
Okay. All right. So, Danny McCray, Heckman Harrison, Barry Church, I'm Louis Scruggs. This is the Players Lounge.
Mm-hmm.
Time for draft grades. Heckman Harrison, I'm going to go with you first.
I'm going to go B+.
Okay.
I'm going to go B+. I thought overall, this is the road we have, man. We get an opportunity after these guys come out there for OTAs. We see them in preseason. Then we get to say, what's better than one for Hoko 2, right? we say,
Semi's half cousin out there.
Bro. Yo, I mean, that's when we get an opportunity to see if this worked out, right?
Vita Vea's cousin? No, Vinny Villaveda's cousin or something
I
like that?
think so. Something like that.
Somebody good.
Somebody good.
Oh, the disrespect.
I'm just, you get opportunity to check it out. So I'm going B+. I'm going B+, man. I want to see how this works out. I mean, and this Shoemaker could surprise us all.
He's not going to surprise me. I picked him. Just saying. Last time we did this, I was right. Okay. So.
Absolutely. Overshawn may be, LT-esque out there.
Gave it a B+. All right. I'm going to give it a B.
Okay.
Michael Gelkin of the Morning News gave it an A. I'm not ready to do that, but I'm going to give it a B because they did what I've been asking them to do from the time the season ended. Please fix your run defense. Put somebody up there who can plug a hole. They needed to do that. So I'm not going to argue with that at all. They did it, so I'm going to shut up and be happy. I believe this kid, combined with Hankins, can help this defense and also make Osa better player. Osa Diggy-Zua to help. And you saw Micah Parsons love the pick. So I'm all for that right there. So that right there makes me just give it a B.
It's an odd man out somewhere. I guess we'll get to that some other time, but it's an odd man out.
Yeah. He didn't mention him.
Yeah.
That's the odd man out.
No, it's an odd man out.
It's my guy. I think it's my guy, too.
Mazi Smith comes in. I mean,
we saw who we saw sit games last year.
Yeah, you're right.
Just think of
Healthy
who
scratch.
Right.
My guy.
Just think about some folks who
He was watching that draft like, oh, God.
Hey, work out.
Well, I'm going to copy off Newey. I'm going to give him a B.
All right.
I'm going to give him a B. Had we gone earlier with the offensive lineman, I would have gave him a B+, possibly an A. But as I said earlier in the show, the fact that we have a tight end that they wanted to focus on that could run block then leads me to believe that Mike McCarthy is staying true to his word and saying we are going to run the ball and help our defense out. And what do you do in the first round? You help that defense out even more by getting Mazi Smith. What do you do in the third round? You get you another linebacker who can rush as well. So, we tell you, hey, man, we need to find somebody who can help out Micah Parsons because he's a little small in there. You want to make sure that he isn't taking the wear and tear on his body throughout a 17-game season so he can be healthy and ready to go for our playoff push, right? What did you do? You are continuing to give Dan Quinn everything he needs because you're leaning into that philosophy that our defense is going to lead this team, right? So I'm going to give them a B because they did it all. And if these defensive players pan out and Schoonmaker is anything close to what Dalton Schultz was in the past game and we already know he's better in the run game, then you got better offensively and defensively.
That's facts. And I'm going to go ahead and give him a B+. I feel like, for all the reasons you guys just said, I feel like we addressed the defensive line and not only, getting a run stuffer, but somebody that can keep those offensive linemen off the second level. I also believe we did a little bit for our special teams. I mean, we were talking about this, a while ago. How are we going to get these guys in? How are we going to get these guys to help out Fossil? And I think you got a couple young guys that can go out there and they can really run. They're big bodies. I mean, when me and Danny played, I used to hate, going against guys that were big as heck but can run as well. I'd rather, if you're big, be slowed in the mug. But if you're big and fast, that's one of the hardest things to block in special teams. And I feel like we got some of those young guys in there. And we got a lot of depth pieces as well. The only reason I didn't give them an A is because, like we talked about, we didn't address that offensive line early enough, in my opinion. But we'll see what happens. But overall, I'm going to give them a B+.
Awesome Richards, I'm counting on you. Counting on you, offensive lineman from North Carolina. Really, you're gonna need somebody to pop in this thing.
Yeah.
That you don't really know much about, and just like, okay, this is a guy. And honestly, if I'm the O-line coach, hey, you got opportunity here, right? Got opportunity. So I'm looking to see what this guy can do.
Does this mean that they thought that the offensive line coaching was the issue? You bring in a new offensive line coach. And then, now you're not necessarily addressing the problem to where we believe it's a problem, like player-wise, skill-wise. And then they're looking at it and saying, listen, we got a new voice in here, like when Dan Quinn comes in and replaces Nolan. We got a new voice in here. Maybe this is going to get more out of our players that we currently have in the room than what we had previously. So I'll just lean on that one then. I'm going to lean on that one.
Could be.
I believe you are onto something.
Man, that's a real curveball you're throwing there, man.
I'm going to lean on that one. It's the same thing with the tight end room. We looked at it and said, hey, man, Hendershot and Ferguson, they're ready. And then they looked at it and said, hold on, wait, we got something to address.
Hold on, player.
Y'all ain't right, Players Lounge.
Didn't they give Philbin credit, though, for Terrence Steele? For his development, and give them credit for Tyler Smith as well.
Somewhere along the way, the credit stopped because they moved on.
I ran out of credits.
Yeah.
So when the head coach lost a couple of his guys. Somebody somewhere didn't feel that way.
He couldn't develop Josh Ball.
Then somebody somewhere felt the way they felt. Just saying.
6'8" guard, baby.
If Josh Ball comes out and plays well this season,
it had nothing to do with me.
No. Bookmark what you just said.
Okay.
You said he couldn't develop Josh Ball.
Okay.
Saying if he comes out and develop, if this offensive line coach comes out and Josh Ball plays well, we are correct in what we say. He thinking I'm trying to take it out of him.
Josh Ball get hit in the back of the head with this slant route. You already know where we're going.
Duck.
We're gonna need you to lean down right now.
Way off topic, but. We all good with signing Robbie Gould? That they should go make that move?
Heck yeah, I played with Robbie in Chicago.
Get him.
Great dude.
Accurate, automatic. Get him. Why not?
Hey, wait, and don't forget to give Lamar a shout out.
Oh, yeah, he did.
All right, Lamar and his mama, all right, who negotiated that contract, and she made her smooth 7-point-something million. Lamar Jackson, highest paid player.
Tell y'all how easy that deal was to get done. Just pay me a little bit more than the guy you just signed. I mean, how easy is that, dog? It ain't nothing hard about that.
Jalen Hurts didn't get a full week. Didn't get a full week.
Yes.
And speaking of, they paid him. They put weapons around him. He got Odell. He got Bateman and Zay Flowers.
Mark
you got
Andrews.
J.K. Dobbins in the backfield. You got Mark Andrews. Hey, man,
No
you got
excuses.
it. You got no
him some
excuse.
help. Got him some help. Told
You
you
got
he
no
needed
excuse.
some help.
Yeah.
He needed some help. So
The
they got him
criticism
help,
is ready for him.
But you see, you got Hurts getting paid, Lamar Jackson getting paid, 3 of the first 4 picks in the draft, all these black quarterbacks getting paid. I mean,
Brother's gonna work it out.
We love to see it.
I know Joe Burrow better get more than Justin Herbert. He better.
He got
I don't
he
care
got
who
to.
get paid. He better get. Oh yeah,
the man.
man.
You know, the man did his thing, so he got to.
if I'm Justin Herbert, I'm leaning on the, hey man, the California taxes. That's what I'm leaning.
Oh yeah, already.
I need a little more to make these taxes work. I need
Man,
taxes to
Burrow
work out
gonna
here,
get
so.
man. Well, that's gonna be ridiculous.
Well,
man.
at some point in time, Patrick Mahomes gonna go back there and say, I need this renegotiated.
I'm doing it right now if I'm him. Come on, man.
With legitimacy. So, all right, guys, it's 45 past the hour, so we got to go. Barry Church.
Yes, sir.
That's Harrison.
Yes, sir.
SPC.
Congratulations.
My man.
What's his name?
He can't even remember. He slipped.
No, the LSU national champion.
Yeah.
National champion.
Thank you.
What's
Go
bring
Tigers.
ring in next time?
Yeah, I'll bring it.
I never saw it.
Yeah, it's a few of them, but it's all right.
There y'all
You
go.
want the SEC championship?
I
National
merely knew he
championship?
scruggs. I merely knew there's some strong ass offers on the SEC rings, ain't it? We'll talk to you next time. Later, guys.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this,